Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're breaking down a very specific, highly actionable nighttime protocol shared by Sadhguru. Now, we aren't just talking about getting more hours of sleep here. We're talking about getting vastly better quality rest. If you actually follow this structured routine, it's designed to drastically improve both your physical and psychological well-being. We're going to look at exactly what happens when we close our eyes and, more importantly, how we can prep the human machine, our bodies and minds, to actually benefit from that rest, rather than letting it work against us. But hey, let me ask you a question first. Have you ever been jolted awake by your alarm with a sudden start, only to realize you feel nasty or just kind of ugly for absolutely no reason? I mean, nothing bad happened the day before, you haven't even gotten out of bed yet, but that heavy, unpleasant feeling is just sitting right there on your chest? If that happens to you even 2 or 3 times a year, you're definitely going to want to hear this. Today, we're going to diagnose the hidden cause of this morning agitation and walk through a 5-step structured regimen to solve it. The sleep incubation problem, timing your digestion, washing away the burden, purifying your environment, and finally, the final mental shift. Let's dive right in with step 1, the sleep incubation problem. We really need to ask ourselves, what actually happens when you go to sleep? This concept of incubation is absolutely fascinating. Sadhguru explains that sleep is effectively a giant, uninterrupted incubator. Now, sure, you can incubate things during the day, but there are so many distractions that it doesn't happen very efficiently. But when you're asleep, it is highly efficient. If you go to bed in the wrong state of mind, whether you're holding on to a lingering frustration, some anger, or just a general sense of unpleasantness, you are efficiently hatching bad eggs all night long. You're literally taking a minor irritation from your day and allowing that negativity to multiply in a completely uninterrupted, vulnerable environment. And listen, this is where we have to pay very close attention. This unconscious incubation isn't just some psychological hurdle to clear with your morning coffee. Over a period of time, if this habit of hatching bad eggs isn't eliminated, it causes major physiological problems. Your physical health, the actual functioning of your organs, is directly tied to what you're brewing in your mind while you rest. The stress chemicals you generate in your sleep will literally wear your system down. So how do we stop this? Well, that brings us to step 2, timing your digestion to prepare the physical body. You've got to ensure your digestion is completely over before you lay down. According to Sadhguru, this means finishing heavy meals, especially if you're eating meat or similar heavy foods, a solid 3 to 4 hours before bed. By the time you're 1 hour away from sleep, the core of your digestion should be totally finished. And then just before going to sleep, you should drink a certain amount of water. Just by making sure your body isn't actively working overtime to process a heavy meal while you try to rest, a massive chunk of that restless, agitated incubation is stopped dead in its tracks. Moving right along, we reach step 3. Washing away the burden, where we tap into the immense power of water. Let's break down a super common nightly habit, taking a shower before bed. The temperature you choose here matters immensely. Sadhguru advises against cold showers at night. Depending on the weather, they can be too alerting or, honestly, just too difficult to endure. But on the flip side, hot showers can make you way too alert, leaving you staring at the ceiling, thinking, great, now I can't sleep. The absolute sweet spot? A lukewarm shower. Even if it keeps you awake for an extra 15 minutes or so, it is completely worth it because it literally takes away the burden of the day. You've probably noticed this yourself. When you're tense, you step out of the shower feeling like a tangible weight just washed off your shoulders. The reason this works so profoundly well is because your body is over 70% water. Running water over it performs a rudimentary Buddha Shuddhi. In yogic sciences, that translates to a purification of the elements. So when water flows over you, it's cleansing much more than just the dirt on your skin. It purifies your system on a deeper, elemental level, washing away the energetic buildup of the day and resetting you for a clean, peaceful incubation period. All right, now that your physical body is prepped, we move to step 4, purifying your environment, where we physically change the room's atmosphere. This is a super simple but incredibly powerful environmental tweak. You should light a small organic oil lamp with a cotton wick somewhere in your bedroom. And don't worry, you don't need anything exotic for this. Acceptable organic oils include normal cooking oil, linseed oil, rice bran oil, sesame oil, or even just regular olive oil. The whole shebang just requires an organic oil and a simple cotton wick. Now, why go out of our way to do this? Well, Sadhguru notes that just by keeping this simple, tiny flame burning in your sleep space, the subtle atmosphere of the room shifts.
Those negative, nasty feelings you tend to unconsciously incubate, by having this small organic fire present, those things will completely disappear. It alters the energetic fabric of the space around you, essentially creating a protective boundary for your rest.
Finally, as we start to wind down, we reach step 5, the final mental shift. This requires detaching from the body and the mind right before you close your eyes. To truly wrap your head around this mental shift, think about this jaw-dropping fact. An average person living to be about 60 years old will eat anywhere from 1,100 to 1,400 tons of food. Literally 1,400 tons. What's really fascinating here is the reality that number exposes. You obviously aren't carrying 1,400 tons of weight around with you right now, right? New input is constantly happening, and old material is constantly passing away. So what you're looking at and strongly identifying as your body is actually just a transient, temporary amount of food and soil just passing through. It's changing every single day. So keeping that profound, transient nature in mind, here is your final practice. Step 1. Lie down on your bed for 12 to 15 minutes before you intend to sleep. Link your thoughts to your breath. Step 2. As you inhale, remind yourself, I am not the body. Step 3. As you exhale, remind yourself, I am not even the mind. Step 4. Just continue this simple process continuously for those 12 minutes, right up until the very last moment before you fall asleep. I want to leave you with this final, powerful quote from Sadhguru. What you think is mine is not it, because it is all constantly changing, constantly flowing through you. As you drift off tonight, let this provocative thought clear your mind. If you prepare your digestion, purify your physical form with water, set your room's atmosphere, and deeply realize that your body is just accumulated food and your mind is just accumulated impressions, who is the you that is actually going to sleep tonight?